Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph Gutierrez and this is Covering Compounding. Today's video we're going to be looking at a apartment complex through an inspection here. This is actually not my own deal here, but I am doing some consulting services for the buyer. So we're going to be kind of walking around here and taking a look at things. We have the inspectors out there, we have our contractor, and just getting an idea of what we're getting into here for our client. So we're looking kind of at a 20 to 24 unit type of apartment complex. We're negotiating on price, of course, but I think all said and done, we're looking at maybe in the 1.5 to 1.6 million dollar range here. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at some of the units and kind of the things you look for when you're looking at your own investment property. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, we're in one of the units here. So it's about a 750 square feet, 2 bedroom, 1 bath in this particular apartment complex. We'll take a quick look at the kitchen area. Let's see here, the light switch is. All right, so we see some dated cabinetry. So this apartment, late 70s, early 80s, I believe 1979 or so. We can kind of see some original appliances here. It looks like they took out the refrigerator, but we're going to be re-sanding, refinishing a lot of this cabinetry. A lot of this cabinetry back in those days, in the late 70s, there's no standard back then, or the standards were different. So the actual sizing is off compared to what you would find at Lowe's. But I think we can probably, some new hardware, new paint, power coat, kind of paint job here do pretty well, and kind of kitchen and such. So all in all, when I look at something like this, we have a good contractor that works with us on price, and pretty handyman, and some of the work I'll probably be looking at getting some help with here. But all in all, some of the appliances, maybe 800 a refrigerator, 400 for the stove, maybe 200 for the dishwasher, around those kind of numbers. Some power coat paint, maybe new countertops, things like that. Kind of looking in the probably $5,000 range for not a lot of repairs. So kind of a decent ballpark. It depends, if you've got a contractor that's going to kind of run you dry here, maybe much more than that, but I think we can get it done for around 5. So kind of walking around here, let's take a look at the bathroom. All right, not half bad. Okay, so looking around, wouldn't replace too much in here, maybe clean it up, a little new hardware, things like that. Some of the appliances do need to be replaced or fixed up. Some of the hardware in the shower there needs to be replaced. But now we're looking at one of the units. Okay, it's 2 bed, 1 bath, nothing too special. Okay, well, carpet looks okay. We may replace it with the vinyl flooring here. We're just doing a quick walk through here, nothing too special, guys. Yeah, for the most part, new paint, maybe freshen it up a little bit. Probably get a new front door as well, some exterior work, probably new asphalt, things like that. You're looking at 20 to 30 unit kind of property. I mean, we're budgeting somewhere in the $200,000 to $300,000 range as far as all renovations. I'm sure there would be something hiding the walls, a little bit of mold here and there that we'll take care of. But for the most part, I think this is very doable. We'll probably build about double the equity from the repairs here. Okay. So in the pricing of this property, we found this property on market here. We usually like to try and find properties that are off market if we can. This seller looks a little bit on the motivated side, maybe an older seller here. Had the property for a number of years, I think it's over 15 years or so. Bit of deferred maintenance, bad property management. Unfortunately, see a lot of that, and that's kind of one of the realities of commercial real estate, any kind of property management. Any kind of real estate investing, you're going to find bad property managers or not as great. The current owners are out of state, late 70s, 80s, had the property for a while. It's part of her exit strategy for retirement. So, but at the same time, we see quite a bit of deferred maintenance and issues here. So we're going to do our best to try and, come to a conclusion here on the price. We got to this point in the inspection, right? So when you're putting together a offer, you do like an LOI, a letter of intent, and then eventually get to talking about a contract, go under contract for a price that at least is a good entry price, do an inspection to get a kind of a more better look at the property, right? Every step of the way, we're getting more and more information to come together on a hopefully more favorable price or more agreed to price by you and the seller. What we're looking at here as far as these units go, as far as pricing for the rents, it looks like we're under rented by about $150, maybe $200 per door, and that's because of the deferred maintenance. It's another thing that we want to kind of keep in mind when we're making an offer on a property. How much work needs to be done? What's the value add? Can we get our down payment money out of it? Can we get an additional value add that is worth our time and energy? We're probably looking at a good 2 weeks to a month per unit, depending on our contractor availability and what we're looking at here. But all in all, I think if we do some decent value add, a number of the tenants will probably stay. But the previous owner unfortunately did let a lot of things go down the tubes here. So you got some riffraff here that using the devil's lettuce, and you can kind of smell it every once in a while. Not all of them, but a few here and there. So we're obviously going to want to get rid of the bad tenants, keep the good ones. I think one lady's been here for like 39 years, if you can believe it. So almost as old as the property itself. But we want to take care of our good tenants, get better ones if we have some problem tenants. But that's all part of the game, all part of the fun with commercial real estate property and the value add component. And the value add is kind of where the money is. So you get it on a good price. Remember, the value is always on the buy. And if you can do that, you can build generational wealth with commercial real estate. And what I like to do is I like to pair it with life insurance, specifically the cash value. We can utilize it. And we're always growing our cash value. When we use it for a down payment or renovation costs, our cash value is continuing to grow. Uninterrupted compound interest we can access tax-free, and that's kind of the strategy here. This is just one of the assets that you can buy, whether you're doing real estate, whether you're doing any other business model, saving for retirement, things like that. We can utilize our cash value for investment type purposes, and that's kind of one of the big draws of the kind of products that we deal with, covering compounding. And if you are interested in something like that, go ahead and give us a holler. You can go ahead and take a look at our channel, and in our channel description there'll be a link to our website there. You can see much of our information and book a discovery call where we can kind of get an idea of your situation and what you're looking to do, like high cash value life insurance policy, whether whole life or index universal life, how to maximize it for the best. A lot of agents out there are selling these type of policies. Not a lot of them are maximizing it because it hurts their commissions. And our business model here is to take care of our clients because they're out there actively doing projects like this, and we want to make it easier for them to build their own wealth in their policy and then in their assets like this. Okay, so once again, thank you for watching. In today's video, we looked at a brief inspection. I wanted to kind of let the contractor and the inspectors do their thing there without bothering too much. So we just took a brief look at one of the units, but we'll give you a heads up on how things go with the negotiation process and see if we actually took down this deal. But once again, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on our journey towards financial independence, utilizing the foundational asset. Until next time.